Welcome to episode 6 of this Let's Play series of Rule the Waves 3. My name is DasTactic. Welcome to the channel. And just having a bit of a look at the Mediterranean, of course, we can then see that Austria-Hungary is still up there in terms of its blockade strength. It's 36. It needs to get to 40 and then be 110% more than us to be able to then blockade us. But we're just squeaking through with our 44 strength through here. This will improve fairly soon, actually, because we're going to end up with more battleships in the next month or so. So let's just close that one off. That's one of the good things. That's the only good thing about the battleships we actually have, is that they add to the pressure that's put to bear. Let's end our turn. Oh, here we go. Troops are embarking for the invasion of Dalmatia. So this is going to be the invasion. What we now need to do is we need to now bring the troops in. This is going to be an interesting battle, I think. And here we go. So fleet battle, invasion battle. So this is the enemy forces has what they should have is 5 battleships. We've only got 2 that are ready. We've got 2 ready in through there, 1 armoured cruiser and 5 light cruisers. So it's going to be tricky. We're going to have to protect the invading forces going in. So this will actually be, again, I could decline this and not have the invasion go in, but I think this will be a fun one. So let's actually do this one. This one should be a fairly big attack. Now, they sort of have to. They're obliged to take it on. We have to be super careful here. We've got the 2 battleships. They're going to have a lot of battleships. And then we've got the invasion forces coming back in through here. It's only invasion transport. Let's have a bit of a look. Yeah, we've got an invasion transport there with four merchant ships, 3 merchant ships there, and then an AMC merchant back in through this other side. That's not one of ours. Like, it's not one of the ones that we were building from the last episode. So, and then we've got the coastal forces, which won't really apply to us. This is really where we have to get to. So we have to sort of try to secure this area. We've got the battle division back in through this other side, which was going to consist of the 2 battleships, the Napoli and the Italia. We have to be very careful how we use these. I'm really very confident, to be honest. I've got to be honest about this. We've got the Marco Polo is going to be out in front, I guess, and then we've got 2 light cruisers. So we don't have all of our lights. So we've got a limited force. You have a bit of a look to see what these are just independent line ahead. Cancel those. These ones here are screen, so they're just going to be doing what they're going to be doing. I might allow those to be AI controlled, and then we've got the Marco Polo, which should be on scout, and so it's going to be AI controlled as well. That way I can just really be just managing the big battleships. And even though I think that ultimately these will be more effective, I don't know how many battleships we're going to be going up against. I'm thinking it could be all 5, because I'll be trying to stop this invasion. Let's just go and press Q, I guess, and we'll just sort of see which direction we're heading. We're heading in this direction out over this other side. Unknown ships have been sighted. Okay, so we've got a ship over through here, which is travelling downwards. Let's just keep it going. More ships. These are all going to be battleships. 4, 5 is there? Yeah, there's the 5th. So that's a problem. I'll just keep the Marco Polo and the light cruisers on automatic, but this is not going to be good for us. Now, what I'd like to do is I may have to go back and manually move all of these around, but I'm thinking of actually trying to position everything where we draw them off again if we can do it. I think it's the only real chance we actually have. Yeah, so all 5 battleships are in a line there. So they've got 2 11-inch guns, 6 7-inch and 10 2-inch. They've got a lot more firepower than what we have. Even though our rating is greater, they do have 9-inch belts, so that's actually fairly good. The Kaiser class, if we have a look at this one in here, 2 11-inch guns, only from the front, 6 7-inch and 10 2-inch, still reasonable. So these are only half the size of ours, but they're quite good. It's going to mean lucky shots essentially, and I think we'll aim for that initially, and then we'll just pull back if there's any sort of problem. So let's just keep pressing Q, allow these to sort of go back in. Now they're going to be trying to get through to our ships. Let's change direction. And if we can get, it's going to be whoever gets the lucky shots first, really. Marco Polo opens fire on the Kaiser. So this one is actually opening fire. Now, again, like the Marco Polo doesn't have great guns. It has 7-inch guns and 6-inch guns. It's got 4 of these on either side, and it's only got two of these. So it can sort of, it may get, again, a lucky shot, but in reality it's just going to be a not really all that effective. Let's just keep on pressing Q. Okay, we're almost in range now for our battleships. Let's get our battleships to go a little bit faster. These are faster than our ships as well. Now they're trying to get down towards where we are. Here we go. Monarch opens fire on the Napoli. Opens fire on the Napoli as well. Just open this one up so we can sort of see the number of hits. They're going to do so much better than us because of the, you know, they've only got -1s on their guns. We've got -3, so they're actually firing a lot. All we can hope for is that the superior armor that we have actually does save our bacon here a little bit. Go. So the fore-aft hull has been hit and it has broken through. So that was 5 medium guns at us. I think we might start to change things around a little bit. We haven't even fired yet. Wow. Already been, so the Napoli now is already in a lot of trouble. So it's got flooding. It has actually detached itself. You know, I think it's time for us to get out of here. we need to maneuver away from this particular. I thought the invasion was not a good idea, to be honest. If we go back and have another look at the what we can actually do through here. In terms of the details of the different things we can then go and do, there's nothing much in there. We're just not going to be able to do this. So, yeah, where is it? There's another button we can press. It's notes. We don't want to do that as such. I think I'll put down a smoke screen if I can figure out how to do that. There's preferences back in through there. That's not going to really help us. I forget how to do it actually. There's a set division target, which yes, we can set the division target there if I wanted to. That's one thing we can do. That's the speed of the ship. I want this one to get away from here, really. Go back to Pescara. So we'll leave the invasion forces on their own. There is a way. I can't think of where it actually is. Is it under here? It might be under this one. Got status in through here. I've been having a bit of a look. I can't find the screen I'm looking for, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nothing else that I need to do. Got preferences, end game, save game. There's nothing else there. Anyway, I'll just continue on. I'll Oh, one thing we didn't have a look at, this is a rule the wave scenario. This is a special scenario because we're trying to get the invading forces in. And so we need to reach the objective with 4 transports. And so that's what's pending. And so there's the transports going up. Now, the objective was in here somewhere. I forget where that actually was. We needed to get those into here. It's actually late in the day. That's interesting. Well, in that case, I might disengage. I'm just going to move my forces back out, and we'll see what actually happens. See if they follow us. How long before the day finishes? Oh, still 3 hours. 3 hours, okay. So hopefully these guys can actually make it across on their own because we're not going to be around. It's more important for me to save my ships. So again, I've played this one pretty poorly because I'm sort of letting bad things happen. Now the Marco Polo is scouting. It hasn't taken any damage. I might just leave it just to mask what's going on. The other ships were now moving out of the range. They're not following us at all. Let's move up. If it becomes a nighttime battle, that may sort of work in our favour a little bit. Have a bit of a look to see how the Napoli is now going. Yeah, flooding has now been brought under control. In fact, if we have a look at the log file for it, yeah, limits flooding. There we go. Took a couple of minutes. And don't know if we can reattach that one. The Monarch's opening fire on the Marco Polo. Marco Polo should be fine because it'll just keep its. Yeah, I saw the course, the 355. I thought, I've got 35% damage already. Now they can still see our ships. Let's go and keep on trying to draw them away from the invading forces. And just press Q. Ah, damn it. They're going to probably go back in and start shooting. No, they've gone off that way. That's okay. They'll eventually figure out what's going wrong, and then they'll follow. They'll come back into line. Now we've actually lost sight of the actual invading forces now, which is fine. I don't mind that. We have been able to draw off their actual ships. Now they're still firing at the Marco Polo. Let's just keep it going. If we can sort of keep on running until night time, then the invasion will be successful. So even though we're running away, we are still doing what we need to do. Yep, no damage there. That's okay. Let's go to maximum speed. Yeah, they're trying to track us. They're trying to chase us down. If they can destroy my battleships, I'm in a lot of trouble in terms of the war and in terms of the game. So, but if we can survive this, we'll do okay. I might just I'll keep the Marco Polo and the others sort of in where they are. Now, they're supposed to be protecting our battleships, but to be honest, they're better ships than my battleships. So, but I do need to keep the battleships to keep the blockade going. So there's a bit involved here. And their ships are faster than mine. So they're travelling at 15 knots. We're now travelling faster. The Messina still had no hits come up against it. They'll just keep on trying to avoid things, which is fine. I'm sort of happy for them to do that. Don't know why it changed colour there. There's light rain, that's what it is. And the sight range has gone down a little bit, but it's still not enough for anything. And we'll just keep drawing them away from the invading forces. So even though we're not protecting them, we're basically leading them off. I don't want to go too far away from port, because if they do catch us, we're now in range of their guns, and we are going at maximum speed, which means that our engines may have some problems at some point. They can go faster. They're still only travelling at 15 knots. Let's just keep it going. They're still hitting at the Messina, so we'll just keep this one coming. Hang on a sec. All right, just keep it going. I'll just press Q, just let them do their own thing for a little while. The Messina's harassing them, but there's no damage done at all to these guys. It's just they're basically just following us up while these go in to do their invasion. Messina is, yeah, still actually okay. It is very much just harassing. Oh, they've now turned away. That's interesting. I wonder why. Now, the time elapsed is 2:28. If we have a quick look at the how long before... Okay, so dusk will be in 25 minutes, which is good. So we can... Essentially, I think what we'll do is we'll just turn away to Ancona and make that where we go back inside into the ports. So we'll just do a shift click on that one. Everyone else is just automatically tracking us. This thing's still going back in. I don't know if it'll be able to, with 25 minutes to go, I don't think it can really do much. So we'll just press Q again. There we go. It's now overcast. The rain has now stopped. The Messina is between us now and the others. It's going to lose sight. It's going to have to do its own thing. I might just give it an order to I'll keep it as screen. I'll keep it on screen. It's now moving up, but I think we're going to be okay here. Messina's gone into there, which is not great. Oh, here comes dusk. Great. We've now lost sight of them. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we can now just go and just move towards Ancona, or even Pescara, actually. Let's just go to Pescara. Messina's now moving in very close. Looks like they're going back to Spalato as well. Yep, we're going to lose sight of them. Here comes the actual night time. Might just get the speed up. It's interesting, let's go back to normal again. All right, so we had light damage basically on one of the ships, on the Napoli, or the Napoli. Just let it come back in. Now we've still got a lot of time, so there's a whole other day that's still got to be going in. They've now hit where they have to be. Let's just go back down to cruising speed. It's halfway through the night. What I might do is I might come back up, and then if we have to draw them off again, we can then do that. So we'll have to protect the invading forces again somehow. Comes the morning. At least the fleet has kept cohesion, which is good. Okay, objective reached. Objective with 4 transports is accomplished. Fantastic. So that should be the end of the battle. So that's great. So the transports got there. We didn't play much of a role at all, which we sort of didn't think we would. And it's basically all okay. I think we can just try to end the scenario now. Okay, so enemy ships are near or airstrikes are in the air. Force battle end is not allowed. In that case, what we'll do is we'll just go and move back down away again. Because we've done what we had to do. We've got the troops ashore, even though we're not really sort of doing much for them. I don't want to do auto at this stage. I'll just go fastest. So we've still got a little way to go. I might just pause this because I'm not going to be engaging this. Actually, it looks like the enemy has now caught up with our transport ships. So enemy ships fires at armed merchant class ship, and so these are back in the landing zone. So there is actually now interaction going on at Dalmatia, but our fleet has certainly turned tail and is miles and miles and miles away. So that's just the way it goes. Anyway, I'll pause again till this ends. We're getting close to the end now. So we're getting towards the end of it now. If I just go back and have another look at the log file. No hits, so they're going up against the armed merchant cruiser that we actually had that was part of what we're doing. Unknown ship is firing also at small merchants. That may mean a loss of one of the ships. Again, the battleships in this era, certainly with the forces that we're playing with, are really, really poor in terms of what they can then go and do. So anyway, I'll just press Control and we'll just end up at the end in here somewhere, I would assume. If I just press Control, click, and then just run forward. Now it'll probably stay in the fight, even though we've gone beyond where we are. So there's action going on through here. Alright, looks like something's been sunk. Okay. I'm going to avoid that, of course. Just keep it away. We're going to stay well away from that fight because we need to protect our fleet, because we need to keep the blockade up. That's the excuse that we're giving for not being involved in a fight at all. Just press Control and click. I mean, we did draw them away. We drew them away for the night. We protected the fleet by doing that. I feel that we've done our job. We got them to the invading shore. We just haven't stayed around to help out afterwards. Now the game should be over. We've certainly gone beyond the time limit, but there's still engagement going on elsewhere. Not that we can see where that actually is. We're only really spotting what's happening down through this other side. Here comes the next. Is this other? No, this is just weather coming in. No, it is twilight. Here we go. It's now night time. This should be the end of it now. There we go. No opposing ships inside of each other. So there was still a lot going on around the invasion, but we just stayed well and clear away from that one, and for a reason, not just because we're scared, which was true, but I do need to protect my fleet. We're going to now lose another ship for another month. So you can see there we've got light damage in through this side. Auxiliaries, they did do light damage, and there was heavy damage, but we didn't actually sink any of ours, which is actually good, and no damage at all done to any of theirs. So their ship score was only 125, but we look at the amount we get here with the invading forces. Reached the objective, yes, 55,000, that was incredible. So we've actually really smashed this. If we just click on close, and we'll get out of this one. So Italian major victory, gained 1 prestige, and so we get a lot more points again. We're miles and miles ahead of them now. Just click on OK. After the victorious battle, our troops landed in Dalmatia. Fantastic. We weren't there. What do you want to call this? The escape. The escape of Kurzola, because we didn't do much. I don't even know if our battleships actually fired their cannons. They're big guns anyway. Our ship, the Vittorio Emanuele, is commissioned into the Navy. Cool, that's another one of these crappy designs. And the Regina Elena has finished her working up. So there's another battleship that does come into the line. We are now starting to get parity with the actual battleships of the Austria-Hungarians. Fighting continues in Dalmatia, so we do have to sort of now protect what's going on in this particular region. And of course, we no longer have any more raiders, so we're not picking up anything else there. But you can see the numbers are really coming in from other things that we're now doing. Just close that one. So there we go. That's good. And so now we actually have more battleships coming in. Now, this is actually cool. The damage was so minor. We did protect the Napoli, and that was important. The invasion still actually happened. It was successful. So I think ticks all around. We could have stayed in the fight, lost battleships, which would have happened, I think. I think we would have actually ended up with, we would have lost the Italia and the Napoli, and that would have been a disaster. It would have we probably still would have got the invasion going through, but losing those battleships means that there's a lot of problems. So absolutely there's no issue with running away like that. We had to do it. We're still now working up the Vittorio Emanuele, so that's actually coming up in a few more months' time. We have everyone else is actually okay they're doing well. Ships under construction. 2 more months and we get another battleship, and we also then get our 3 armoured cruisers as well. So it's looking good. It's looking good, guys. If we just do a quick summary of where we are in the map, have a quick look and see how they're going. They've now got, they are getting their blockade strength up, but our own blockade strength now has really accelerated with these new battleships coming onto line. So we're up to 57 now, and they're at 40. So we're keeping ahead of them. They do have another light cruiser that's come back in. We've now got 4 battleships. Again, if we can just keep treading water for a few more months, we're going to end up with another battleship. That'll be 5, 6. We'll actually end up with 6 battleships. Plus we have, we really do outnumber what they're doing. We'll have a 3 of the armoured merchant cruisers as well. So we're going to have a lot of forces which we're going to be able to start to risk things a little bit. We haven't really been able to risk things too much, but I think the war will finish fairly soon now, I would imagine. So let's just go and close this one off. I'm sort of now ready for the war to finish. Now that we've sort of gotten, the combat is going ahead. I don't know if it'll tell us in here what the combat is actually then doing. Dalmatia, yeah, still Austria-Hungary, of course, but we're not sort of seeing any real detail there. So there'll be new missions coming in about this invasion. Oops, hang on, just close that. So we do actually have an invasion going in at this location here. So, So Austrian forces are resisting attacks by Italian troops. So we'll have to keep things up here in Dalmatia for a length of time. But I think if there is now a call for peace, I think I will accept it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call this episode to a close. Thanks for watching. That was actually a fairly short one, which is good. I'll catch you in the next episode. I'll catch you then, yeah.